Hi, everyone. Welcome back. Thank you for joining me. Today we have another episode of Let's Talk Tech. I specifically want to discuss keeping track of all of those passwords today and hopefully provide you with a little bit of information that is going to help you and maybe the consultants or team that you have in your freelance business manage your passwords. Now, obviously, I chose this topic because as freelancers, we log into everything. We log into client portals, scheduling tools, invoicing systems, learning platforms, you name it, we log into it. We handle a mountain of credentials. This is not single sign-on at one business with one client. We have multiple logons everywhere. And it's just impossible to try to remember all of those logins. I feel like password management is very important, even though it isn't often discussed. And that's because few things break a workflow faster than waiting for a password reset email or getting locked out of an account that you urgently need after you make too many failed attempts. I've learned that, at least for me, these moments of friction related to forgotten passwords pile up. I personally wanted a better way, not just for security, but for my own efficiency. So I started using LastPass several years ago, and I'm very happy with it. So I figured that I would share it with all of you in case it's something that you wanted to adopt. The reason that I like LastPass is because it's a single place for me to keep track of all of my logons. Now, right now, I don't need a complex system to track my logons. I really only need a dependable place to store and find all my logons. So basically, I am able to use the free version of LastPass. And it works well for me because basically I have gotten in the habit of, if it requires a logon with a password, then I am going to enter it into LastPass when I set it up. So basically every password that I have and logon is there. So this tool, I use it personally for all of my business logons, my financial accounts, any client platforms or subscriptions that I have, even random services that I only touch once or twice a year because I'm really likely to forget that logon information. Now, by using this tool, I no longer get locked out of websites or waste time waiting for those forgot your emails. Instead, I just access LastPass. Now, I personally primarily use the LastPass mobile app as my portable access hub. I just open up the app on my phone. I am able to copy the password. I'm able to edit anything with the logon information. I can add notes if I need to, but inevitably I can just look it up and log in easily. It's consistent across every site I access. So it's really convenient because I always have my phone near me, regardless of what other device I might be logging into at the time. Now, I know that many freelancers prefer the LastPass browser extension instead of the mobile app or in addition to the mobile app. The browser extension offers autofill and one-click access, which if you're always on one device and in the browser that you're using that extension with, or maybe you've installed it on all your browsers, I can definitely see, well, that's convenient. And of course, you can opt to use that if that is how you best work. And the browser extension does work with the free version, but there's a little bit of a restriction on how you use it. Specifically, if you prefer to use it on your computer, you can, but you would have to give it up on the mobile app or upgrade your plan, because since I think March 2021, the LastPass free option limits users to one device type at a time. So that means you have to choose whether you want it to be on your computer in the browser extension, or you want it to be on the mobile device. So it is entirely up to you. Or, of course, you could upgrade, which I'll talk about more momentarily. Now, if you're indecisive, LastPass does allow you to switch your active device type up to 3 times. So if you're not sure, would you like it better on your mobile device or would you like it better in your computer browser, you can test it out and then you can change it, just not more than 3 times, because after the 3rd switch, you're going to be locked into that device type. Now, of course, you can upgrade to another version of LastPass if you've liked. I've used LastPass free for a long time, as I mentioned, at least a few years. And I really feel like the free option fulfills the core promise of providing a central, secure place for my passwords. However, I do understand that as a freelance business grows, the paid tiers become more attractive because LastPass does offer higher levels of password management. And I know that if you have a team in place, that chances are one of these LastPass upgraded options might be a better fit for you. The paid tiers will probably become more attractive. So here is how their options work. There's the free plan, which we've spoken about, where you can have unlimited passwords on one device type. I feel like this is great for solo freelancers. Then they have a premium tier. This is where you can access LastPass across all of your device types simultaneously, and plus emergency access. This is great if you are a multi-device user and you don't always, for instance, have your phone on you, or you just preferred not to use the mobile version, and you do need that access across all of your devices all of the time. Then they do have a family plan, which I know is a little bit outside of the scope of the freelance content that we usually discuss, but I figured that I'd mention it because they do offer it, and in case it applies to you in your life. It does provide access for up to 6 users, and basically these users will have shared family vaults for their personal plus family accounts. So if you have a household that you're managing outside of your freelance business, this option might be perfect for you. And then there's the plan that I feel like I may at some point move into, and that's the Teams and Business option for small agencies. This gives you admin controls and team vaults for sharing with collaborators. And I know from people who use it that they say that they choose this option because they are able to give access to team members without them feeling a risk to the security of the access that they have. So that's something definitely I feel like I might look into at some point. I know that, many people say that jump to a premium plan is worth it just for the seamless sync between your phone and your computer. And again, if you start working with assistants or collaborators, the shared folder feature in higher tiers really does become essential. And while you may not consider LastPass to be an exciting software, it's an important software. LastPass helps to keep my freelance business frictionless, and that I'm not getting frustrated because I cannot access a site quickly and easily or have to wait for a password reset email. Using this as a password manager means that I have fewer interruptions and fewer resets. Now, when I need access to something, I don't guess, I don't get locked out. I just open the app and I keep working. So if you're juggling a number of logins, ask yourself, where do all my logins live? For me, LastPass answers that question comfortably and without necessary complexity. I'd love to know if you're already using LastPass or if you have another password manager that you think would be worth switching to. Please let me know. And if you've found this episode useful, please like and subscribe or share it with a fellow freelance friend. Thanks so much. See you next time. Bye-bye.